being the biggest dork on this planet, I am a fan of anything sci-fi and fantasy. You know how Issa Rae at what was it, the Emmys, she was like, I'm voting for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me. Everything sci-fi and fantasy. Like that's so well, the latest one was Black Panther. Lost my mind pretty much. I went into with full traditional headgear. I had zero chill. Zero chill. I felt terrible for the person behind me, but they got it. We knew we were all Wakanda forever, so, you know, everyone was there to represent. So I'm fangirling so hard over that right now. I'm so excited for everything it's doing. Actually moving to Wakanda, so if anyone needs to find me, my new address will be there,
Okay.
just so you know. Yeah.
As long as I can come with.
Storm. Sorry, didn't mean to yell. Did that just, that popped out. But please, can we have a solo Storm project? I've been a fan since those Saturday morning cartoons, you know, that powerful Storm that used to come out and just with that booming African voice, and oh, she was everything. She was brilliant. And I am looking forward to finally getting to know a lot more about a Storm, her backstory. In this time especially, I think there are so many elements of her history that would be incredibly relevant. And I think we're ready for it. We've been waiting. We've been waiting to hear about Ororo. And yes, I would absolutely, and of course, I'd love to play Storm. Let's be real.
I saw a tweet between you and Mark Bernardin about him writing and you playing Storm.
Yes.
That dream casting.
I would, yes, I would absolutely love to do that.
There's another project that's coming up. I don't know if you've heard about Lupita Nyong'o and Denai are developing Americana.
Yes.
Have you read the book?
I have not read that one yet. That is, but the writer is one of my favorite people. Her essays are incredible. Even just hearing her speak, and well, she's Nigerian as well, so that makes me very happy. And I remember my little sister having a conversation about it and talking about the African experience in America, and it's being seen in a way that is not often experienced. And yeah, no, I'm incredibly excited. And let's talk about Lupita. I mean, how incredible is she? Beautiful. And she's, I mean, also one of the most intelligent, concise individuals. I just love hearing her speak. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see that. We will start shooting this spring. And one of the great things about this show is the family that's been created. I mean, it's never more fun than when we can all get together and, I don't know, do some karaoke or or have a little dance party. It's wonderful to be going into something with that kind of energy and a group of people that are truly for each other and want to create something wonderful and love it as much as any fan out there. So I would say that's the largest difference, because I didn't know them coming into this. We were all kind of, we were all new to each other. And to build that bond is a wonderful thing to have as an artist, because then you can now take more chances in your work. You can jump out there because you know there is the safety net of this family around you. So I think we're going to have some incredible work that comes from that. The silver lining about that is that then you have this whole sandbox to play in. There's so many different places then to pull ideas from and to pull inspiration from. You literally get to build this. I mean, how many times can you say you get to build a character with Neil Gaiman? I mean, it's a dream. If you had told me 3 years ago that would happen, I would have said you're lying and would have hugged you and cried at even the idea of it. It's wonderful then to be able to, yeah, build this individual, and that means that everywhere there is a source for inspiration. Well, everything from, I loved the idea of seeing her as a silent film vixen trying to make it in a talkies world. And so there's all that research and fun stuff to play with there. And then I'm seeing things from Grace Jones that I go, wow, that's brilliant, that's amazing. Oh wait, Elizabeth Taylor, in her way, she was a kind of love goddess. And then going back to Sheba and the Tales with Solomon. And then these fertility goddesses. You have Oshun from West Africa, who she's embodied by the fact that she would go into different individuals, and first they would feel absolute joy, and then they would feel this absolute sadness from her because she could not portray to them the full joy that she experiences. I mean, all of these individuals now then get to be wrapped into this character we see on screen. So it's actually been quite a gift. I love that question. No, it's funny because anyone that knows me knows the automatic answer to that. I am all about love, which is funny that I'm playing Bilquis. Benevolence. We have way too much of the other. I would absolutely want to be someone that brings joy, that brings hope, that brings inspiration. I would want to be someone that makes it all better. Yes, one of the fun things about the hiatus is that I got to diversify and play with a whole lot of different things. Like for example, I got to, I don't know if you've ever read Nnedi Okorafor. Yeah, her Afrofuturist works are incredible, also Nigerian. And I got to be the narrator for her Akata witch books, which is incredibly exciting for me because I'm such a huge fan of her. And then getting to speak in pidgin, I never get to do that. And for anyone that hasn't read it, it's like Hogwarts in Nigeria, and it is such a delight to play with. I had such a blast playing with that. But then I also got to do 2 features, and one being a neo-noir where I'm an addict in recovery, and then the next I'm playing the mother of this boy who's going through probably one of the hardest moments in any young individual's life, and it's this wonderful mix of Stranger Things meets Serial, the podcast. So I loved that I got to play completely different roles in all of them, things that are completely different from Bilquis, but things that were also completely different from each other because I'm a dork and I like to play. So those are coming up, and then I myself did some writing, and so I wrote 2 shorts. And there's one that I'm actually working on producing right now. I've got 2 amazing actors attached. I'm so excited to get into shooting on that. So I've gotten a chance as an artist to really explore, and I think that's always the idea, is to keep growing, to keep learning.
It really feels like in this kind of age you have not just actors, but full creatives, like acting, writing, directing. Where do you see yourself in that mix?
I think everyone that knows me knows my dream is in 5 years to have my own production company, because especially since we've been having this conversation about representation, the more I think about it, and the more I see everything that occurs in my environment, is that I come to the conclusion that representation needs to happen on every level, in every area. So decision makers, people that are saying what stories are we looking at, need to be people of color, or at least inclusive in whether it's differently abled or LGBTQ or anything that is underrepresented. Even as far back as choosing which stories we see, there needs to be someone in there that can speak to being a minority. And then that also then means that the people that are framing the picture, who's the cinematographer, who's the director, who's the studio head, who's the. I think we need to be in all those rooms, because if you leave it to the moment that it's actually going to be shot, it's not surprising then that there isn't going to be much representation in that area. So I want to be able to say, hey, these are the stories we're telling. I want to be able to say, hey, I want to fill this with as diverse a crew and cast as possible. I want to be able to reach a hand out to people and say, come join in this conversation. We haven't heard from you. Let's talk about it.